cup of tea that changed American history, the untold story of the Boston Tea Party. It was a cold December evening in the year 1773. The city of Boston, still under British rule, lay silent beneath a winter sky. But inside the taverns and homes, whispers of anger spread like wildfire. The people of the 13 colonies were tired of being ruled from across the ocean, tired of paying heavy taxes to a king they had never seen, and tired of having no voice in the decisions that shaped their lives. The latest insult came in the form of tea. The British government had passed the Tea Act, giving one company, the British East India Company, the right to sell tea directly to the colonies, undercutting local merchants. It sounded harmless, even generous, but there was a hidden message. The colonists still had to pay the tax to Britain. It was not about tea anymore, it was about control, and the people could feel it boiling inside them. On the night of December 16, 1773, a group of men gathered quietly in Boston. They called themselves the Sons of Liberty. Among them was Samuel Adams, a man whose voice had become the echo of resistance. To hide their identity, they disguised themselves as Native Americans, faces painted, clothes rough and dark. The harbor was quiet, only the sound of water touching the wooden docks. 3 ships stood anchored there, the Dartmouth, the Eleanor, and the Beaver, each heavy with chests of British tea. Without shouting, without weapons, the men moved swiftly. They climbed aboard the ships and began to work in silence. Chest after chest was lifted and thrown into the icy waters below. The wooden boxes broke open as they hit the sea, and the dark leaves spread across the harbor like a storm. From the shore, the people watched, their breath frozen in the cold night air. No one cheered, no one spoke. They simply watched as the symbol of British authority sank beneath the waves. By morning, the news had spread across the colonies. The act was daring, dangerous, and unforgettable. The British government reacted with fury. They shut down Boston's port and sent more soldiers to enforce their laws. But instead of breaking the spirit of the colonists, it united them. For the first time, the 13 colonies began to see themselves not as subjects of a distant king, but as brothers fighting for the same cause, freedom. That single night at the harbor became a turning point in history. What began as a protest against tea taxes ignited a revolution that would give birth to a new nation. And so, a simple act, a few men tossing tea into the sea, changed the world forever. It was never just about the tea. It was about dignity, justice, and the right to be free. A cup of tea had started a fire that would never be put out.